Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear global family. This is Echo. Thank you for practicing with me today. And just welcome to this beautiful refuge I found here in Germany. I feel really grateful to be in such a beautiful place to just be and exist as I'm teaching in Europe and DJing. And today's practice, and I'll share a song with you in a moment that came to me while I was in Bremen, Germany, with a friend after a dance. There has been this theme for me lately, and not just lately, but I feel like my entire life, and I think many of us can relate to understanding my darkness, understanding my shadow, understanding the choices that I make that do not serve me, that do not serve others, understanding my mistakes and my imperfections, and really diving into the kind of the source and the fountainhead for how I show up in my daily life. And it's been a powerful couple of years. And really there has been this deep focus on understanding my shadow. And if you've never heard the term shadow and don't understand shadow work, it's truly dealing with the essence of our fragmentations and the imbalances in our psyche that really cause us to act out in ways that we don't feel, excited about or proud about, that sometimes feel like we don't have control of. And so the theme for practice today is to, instead of having shame or guilt around those parts of yourself that exist, because they do exist and we're all imperfect, having compassion and love for them and letting them know that they have a place in your body, in your breath, and in your mind. Because when we allow these darker aspects of ourselves, these fragmentations, kind of a seat at the table, we're able to give them an ear and give them empathy and ask them, what it is that they want and what it is that they haven't received and why they're acting out. So that we can kind of drink tea together and come into connection and eventually assimilate the shadow. And there is this quote, and I will mess it up, but the essence of it by Carl Jung, this wonderful psychoanalyst, was that essentially if we don't learn to eat the shadow or assimilate the shadow, that the shadow will eat us and will integrate us. And this is something that happens in lives where we find lost souls that get eaten by the darkness that exists in them, the shame, the guilt, the pain, the addiction. And so the desire then is to really observe, to become the observer of yourself and to find a place for your darkness and to come home into wholeness. So this will be a full body practice. And again, we'll focus on the breath as usual, inhalations and exhalations through the nostrils. And you're your own intuitive guide. So if your body wants to take you somewhere else in the practice, let it be. And enjoy whatever comes up, the discomfort and the comfort, the pleasure and the contraction. Let it all be there and see what whispers are in the contractions. So I invite you to shut the eyes down, take a seat, elongate the spine, close the eyes. Have a bit of a sore throat today, but I'm still going to imperfectly share a song with you that came to me on a run just a week ago, helping me understand my own shadow better. So deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. Settle yourself, let the muscles in the forehead and the face relax. Maybe you take some jaw circles. And as you receive the song, just breathe. Continue to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, I am aware that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware that I'm breathing out. And just settle deeply into the body. I am alive being Deep breath in, deep sigh out. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let the thumbs draw down from the forehead to the nose, over the lips. Nice touch to the heart. And again, inhale up. Then exhale down, tracing the face through the center line. Last one. Head bowing to heart, deep intention here for our practice today. Might even find yourself rocking forward and backwards. That reparenting of all the inner children and inner selves. Deep compassion, deep empathy for all our parts. There are no bad. My intention today is to be patient, to be observant, to listen to the whispers, to slow down, to be still enough to receive, to be in my feminine so that I may create the world that I want to live in. Can open the eyes, take an inhale, welcome, reach up. And exhale, twist to the right, right hand down behind you, left hand on the right knee, sink into the seat, lengthen through the spine. My tummy is growling. Let's inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, dip the shoulder, the left shoulder to the left knee. Right arm reaching up and over, get nice and long. Take an inhale. Then exhale, come back up. Hands to the knees, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand down behind you, right hand on the left knee. Nice and long through the spine. This is so beautiful. There is like a children's school behind, so I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I just hear laughter in the moments of stillness. It reminds me of my own inner children. All these childish parts of me looking for love and a place in the world for purpose, for understanding. Let's take an inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, right shoulder towards the right knee, lengthen through the left side body. Inhale, let's reach both arms up. Exhale, hands to the knees. Inhale, pull at the front of the knees, open the chest, look up. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. And exhale, round in, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round in. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And come back to center. Let's come onto all fours, tabletop position. So in tabletop position, we'll move through cat and cow. On an inhale, let your belly drop, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, belly drops. And exhale, round in. Come back to neutral, walk the hands forward. Puppy pose. Slowly bring the chest and forehead down to the ground. Keep the hips high over the knees. Moving through the arm lines, and also this is just a beautiful prasad or prayer to the earth. And this solidity beneath you. Interestingly enough, for me, the last week that I've been in Berlin, the place that I'm staying, I can feel the ground constantly trembling. I believe it's the subway, but the first night I thought that there were just earthquakes all the time. And I thought, I wonder what that does to the nervous system, just constantly have this trembling. And I've noticed that I feel more alert here. But yeah, tune in how it feels to just have the solid ground beneath you. Take another inhale, slowly come up. And tuck the toes back behind you. And come to standing on the knees. We're coming quickly into a back bend, opening the heart spaces. So by opening across the chest and the heart and into the arm lines, we really, really create some spaciousness to feel anything that's stuck. So hands wrap around the back of the hips here, thumbs to the back of the hips. Take an inhale, shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, lift the chest up towards the ceiling, let the head drop back. Maybe you bring your hands down to your heels, maybe not. But keep the heart moving towards the ceiling or sky, let the head drop back. And continue to breathe through the nostrils. Take another inhale. Exhale, slowly come up. Everything moves slowly, so we're trying to be a bit more subtle. Come to sit back on the heels. Hands resting on the knees. And just tune in to your own breath. Take a moment for integration here. Notice if there's any discomfort in the body, any contractions. Maybe move the neck from side to side. Take some neck rolls. I encourage you on days that you're not practicing with me or other amazing teachers here on the online world to do an intuitive practice. Just sit and actually ask your body internally, what do you want to do? What do you need to feel? Might be a little strange at first, but just see if the body is desiring a dynamic movement, a soft movement. Listen to the whispers. Come back to center, hands to the earth, tuck the toes, press back in downward facing dog. So we pause here in either stillness or movement. So if you want to move the hips from side to side, you can. I'm desiring some stillness today, so whatever is intuitive for you. Press the palms into the earth, heels into the ground, slight bend in the knees. And whether you're moving or still, focus on the breath. Slow the breath, equal inhales and exhales through the nostrils. And take the feet a little bit closer, but not too close, about hip width distance, and bring the right toes to the back of the left heel, press down. We're just getting some length in the back line on the left side here. Right foot down, bring left toes to the back of the right heel, press down. Moving through this slower practice, notice where the mind goes. I invite you to stay very much in the soma of your body, so the physical expressions. Because all of the secrets that we think we're not privy to, they are there for us. So all the answers, bring the left foot down. Let's slowly walk the feet towards the hands. Take your time, bend the knees. Come to hanging at the front of the mat. Take opposite elbows, sway from side to side. But all of the things we're like, why do I do that? Why do I feel this way? Why am I upset? Why am I angry? Why can't I get over this thing? The body has this encoded in the fabric of our skin and our muscles and our breath. So just ask those questions And then intuitively touch different parts of the body, feel in. Your body will let you know where you need to release. Bring hands down. Take an inhale, press into the feet, and let the arms drag up the sides of the body so you can kind of squeeze at the muscles as you come up. Give a little massage to the ribs. Maybe just the shoulders and the head. And then inhale, reach up. Give a little shake. Let the arms come down. Shake the body. It's cold here in Berlin, so I've got a little bit of a stuffy throat. But I'm actually enjoying it. I like the way that my voice sounds. It's like if anybody watched Friends episode where Phoebe has a cold, she becomes this really amazing singer. I've convinced myself that with this musky voice, I can sing much better. I am alive being. Keep shaking. I am alive being. Heels pressing into the ground. I am alive being. And the dark has a home in me. All right, let's find stillness. Feet pressing into the ground, slight bend in the knees. Very subtly here, I just want you to draw tiny circles with the knees. Close the eyes. Might feel a little weird at first. Kind of feels like you're floating on water. But we are retuning our bodies to be much more sensitive to our impulses, much more sensitive to our movements. Because when we sensitize the body that has been, in so many ways, very desensitized by the world that we live in, loud noises, lots of talking, lots of consuming, then we can hear, move in the opposite direction. Then we can hear our intuitive guidance, because we are very intuitive beings. You don't have to be a tarot card reader or a witch or casting spells, but we are constantly casting prayers, in a way, casting spells and creating the lives that we live. And sometimes we're not casting spells that we like. So what spells are you putting on your own life? What stories are you telling yourself? Let's come back to center, stand up straight. Hands alongside the body, grounding. And notice the quality of your thoughts. Do you tend to tell yourself, I am no good, I am not worthy, I am not deserving, I am not lovable? Because these stories are not true. And even if you say, you don't know Echo, you don't know me. Each and every one of us deserves love and is loved, deserves worthiness and is worthy, deserves spaciousness and does have space, and is good. So when you forget that, just slow down, breathe, take an inhale, reach up. On the exhale, take the feet out a little bit wider, bend the knees, sink the hips, come down into a yogi squat, elbows inside the knees, press the knees open, sit up nice and tall through the spine, close the eyes, maybe a slight rocking forward and back. You'll know when you've forgotten who you are, when you don't feel good, when you don't feel connected to yourself, when you don't feel connected to the world. You'll know that you're lost in that moment, that you've forgotten. So when you don't feel good and you feel lost, close your eyes, come back in, and know that there's this very innocent part of the self that is young and juvenile, the child, the ancient child that exists within each of us. It's just looking for a place to be loved, to be seen, Bring hands to the earth, lift the hips, fold in so the feet are as wide as the mat now. Let the head drop. Once you've forgotten, remind yourself, remember this moment. No matter what you do, no matter your actions, take accountability, but don't take on shame and guilt. Oh, I messed up. But remember, I'm not bad. I am good. Why did I do this thing, or why did I not do this thing? How can I be better next time? How can I offer empathy? How can I be accountable for the life I've created? No matter if you've been doing this thing for a day or a year or 5 years or 10 years, in this moment you have a choice to shift, to choose something different. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, slowly come down to a seat. Let's bring the feet out in front of us. Take an inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, slowly fold forward. And you might need a block or a couch cushion underneath the seat because this can be intense for the back line. Or maybe just keep the hands down alongside you. Fold in. Let the head drop in. Just stillness, contemplation, time with self. So in these moments when we're on the yoga mat or when no other human beings are around us, we think, I'm alone. But no, this is quality time with self, self and self. Human echo with the essential, the existential echo. My true light, my true being. You as well. These are precious moments. They're very sacred moments of self-reflection, self-connection. So when you're alone and you start to feel uncomfortable and you want to distract yourself by being with other, sit and listen. Be intuitive, move your body, breathe. Take an inhale, lift up. And slowly come into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Take an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to the back of the head, clasp the fingers, open the chest. Let the head just relax, let the eyes close, let the chest be open. And not too much force here. So meaning just let the back bend be naturally where it's at. Don't try to go deeper than you really need. And reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the knees. And we're going to find some circles. So press into the knees as you lower the chest, bend the elbows, just move in circles. No right and wrong. And you can press into the thighs and lift and kind of walk them up the thighs like a cat kneading dough. I guess a cat wouldn't be kneading dough, a human would be kneading dough, but the cats, when they do this, their little paws, it's like they're kneading dough. But I'm actually imagining a cat in the kitchen now. Baking cookies. Move in the opposite direction when it feels good. And again, these practices, they're intuitive. For me, this is how I find the answers for why I do the things that I do or why I don't do the things I do. And notice now, like, let the stiffness out of your body just, maybe the head comes into play and you can move in the opposite direction again. Maybe the chest gets involved and the shoulders, and you turn this into a bit of a dance. This is your time to intimately know yourself. And sometimes that can be tough. We don't want to see the choices that we make that cause pain or suffering for ourselves or others. but it can be actually quite beautiful when we take accountability for the fact that, oh, I am powerful and I do create my life. Let's come back up to center, sit up nice and tall, eyes shut. Place hands on the body where it feels intuitive and necessary to bring some tenderness. We are in a time where we are no longer victims to life. Sometimes very terrible things do happen to us. We are actually survivors and we have been victims, but there is a mindset of I am powerful. I have choice. I am a creator. And with that mindset, we begin to shift our entire paradigm, the way that we see the world. We do create a new earth, but within our minds. Our realities shift. We begin to see what it is that we desire. We begin to let go of our fear. The world becomes more safe. Love becomes more flowing and open. But only when we embrace the shadow. Only when we embrace our darkness. And then we find wholeness, accepting all the selves and reminding ourselves, I am a light being. I am a light being. I am a light being, and the dark has a home in me. I am a light being. I am a light being. I am a light being, and the dark has a home in me. So let the stillness and the softness settle in. My voice will begin to trail off, and I invite you to stay here for as long as you need. Self with self, reflecting. How can I be more whole? The parts of me, which parts of me are hiding in the shadows? How can I bring them to the light, accept them, love them, sit them down for tea, learn from them? And be soft with yourselves on the journey. Each day a cycle, sun rising, sun setting, moon rising, moon setting. Minute to minute, inhalation to exhalation, hour to hour, day to day, year to year. Time escapes us, but allow yourself to be timeless. Enjoy all of life, all parts of self. Namaste.